What's popping? What it is, what it do? Hold up. Okay. I am using this mic right here. I'm gonna turn these fans down. I'm using this mic right here. Hopefully y'all hear me well, hear me good. It'd be nice and clean. You know what I'm saying? And the green is on, so we on. Grand rising to you. Peace and love to you. Today is Monday, a beautiful Monday. Today is what's today's date? Today is the 11th. Today is December 11th. Beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? Cycle chakra day. Today's moon day. You know what I'm saying? Got some breakfast. I have something great to talk about. Don't be afraid to be afraid. All right, so you know me. If you've been part of the journey, I always keep a little T message, and I got something for y'all. Laughter is the same in all languages. No cap. Laughter is the same in all languages. For real. For real. So I kept... Let me chill out. So I kept two messages in my car from like the last lives, because it was really hitting. Like, it really gave me real talk, just alignment with myself. Your potential self is infinite. One of the things I used to always say is, I'm gonna get to the max of this, max of that. I'm gonna go to the point of this. But you're infinite. When you're infinite, there is no maximum. You just keep going and going and going and going. And that's what we gotta be on. Gotta be on that type of timing. So that's that one. And hold up. How strange is it that nature does not walk and yet does not intrude? That one is so deep to me. Like, so deep to me. High key. Nature does not walk, yet nature does not knock, yet also nature does not intrude. That's so deep. So deep. Somebody could come knock at your door. Nature ain't gonna do that. We leave the world behind yesterday. I feel like everybody should go. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest movie like that has been out on Netflix recently, but it did give off a lot of subliminal and subconscious messages. And one of those things was, in the movie, it showed an abundance of deer. Like a lot. And it was a part in the movie where like the black girl and the white girl in the movie, they was like in the shed in the woods, and when they came outside, the white lady was looking for her daughter, but when the black girl came out, all of the deer in the woods came in front of her, just staring at her. So the shed was always there. They didn't come knock on the shed or nothing, and they didn't come try to interrupt what they had going on. And because the white girl and the black girl were afraid, they like basically did things to get the animals to run away from them, instead of have the animals lead them or protect them or guide them to where they need to go. So that even goes into what the topic of this video. Don't be afraid to be afraid. 9 times out of 10, your fear is something that could block you from the next tier of you. Dates are really good. Every time my family asks what are dates, the best way I can explain it is like a raisin before it was a raisin. Like, you know how raisins are like wrinkly and shit? I feel like dates are like young raisins. Low-key. So this past weekend has been a good, rebuild, refresh, recharge weekend for me. Saturday I started some of the edits on my other lives, which I will be posting tomorrow. Because what I'm gonna do is post 3 or 4 clips of each live, and I got the first clips. Well, I got all the clips I needed from the first live, and I was just editing them, making them more entertaining, more, you know what I'm saying, willing to. The first 3 seconds that I've learned, my homie John put me onto this. The first 3 seconds is important when it comes to anything you put onto the internet. So I'm basically working towards putting the first 3 seconds something that makes you like, oh shit, okay, let me keep watching. So that, and then for the month of December, I'm working on every Sunday, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it also helps at the same time. So I'm not really tripping too much. And yesterday, as you can see, got my hair done, and I got a haircut too. But it's fucking cold outside. I'm not gonna have my scalp out. It's too cold for that. Yeah, man. So when I was in the shower today, one of the things that kind of came to my mind was like, when I used to, as a child, when I used to go to church and stuff, and when my grandma used to teach us about God and the Bible, one of the things that I've always never understood is why people would fear God. And then I started to think about even the title, that term, God. Like, there are cultures who don't even use that term. They use creator. Now, both of these can equally give off the same type of belief vibration. And I'm gonna tell you how this all leads into don't be afraid to be afraid. Because we shouldn't fear anything, or we shouldn't run away from the fears that we don't understand. And here's why. When you're able to face your fears head on, whether it is you standing in front of your fear, or that is you battling against your fear, or that is you alchemizing your fears into a strength, that's like a weakness. Like something within you is weak to the point that it is afraid of what you are coming in contact with. And it is up to you to overcome that weakness. Like at one point, I wasn't able to bench 145. That was a weakness. It was a small fear within me that was like, I can't get more than 145 because I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt myself trying to do so. However, the more you break through the fear by continuing to go back into it, continuing to get stronger and stronger to push yourself, that fear is gonna turn into a strength. That fear is gonna turn into something greater than what you thought it was going to be before. And that is way more important than you allowing your fear to keep you away from what you are going to accomplish. So to even go back to the God thing, we are all creators. I literally created this YouTube. I created this live, and you're watching me. If you're watching me on TikTok, if you're watching me on Instagram or YouTube Shorts, I created this video. I'm a creator. And if you're watching it, you created a reality where you can combine yourself with me to watch this. We all creators. Now, some can create more, some can create less. And that just depends on your awareness. I made a point in one of my lives saying that with awareness, that's the ability to allow us to unlock the certain powers and gifts that we already have within our DNA coding that we can literally unravel. Kind of like, you know how when you see in like Asian movies or even Kung Fu Panda when they had the scroll? When the scroll is closed, think about a DNA that's closed. You can't read or appreciate the message that's within it because it's closed off to you. But when you're able to open it, you're able to understand and able to open up your awareness to what your subconscious has been holding on to. And even in the movie Kung Fu Panda, think about this. When they opened the scroll, all you saw was yourself. You are the key. I understand sometimes you are afraid of being the key, but you're the key. You're the code that breaks the system. And the system, on the inner example, is you. On the outer, it's the matrix. But everything starts inner first before it becomes out. You wasn't born into this world outside of a womb. You was born first being created in a womb, and then you were projected out. So you literally started in something first before you came out. Before you were out of something. Before you became something of the external. You started within first. We have to always remind ourselves that, you know what I'm saying, things start within. I'm seeing 11 in front of me. Do daily reflections. I even did a reflection last night. We're going to get into that in a second. I also see 77. That is representation of not only abundancy, new time, and physical understanding. And I see 3 5s. That's spiritual growth. That's a change. If you're watching this, this is a chance for you to do some daily reflection so that you can physically grow yourself. And that leads into mental, emotional, and spiritual, and do the changes that you need to make it happen. Oh shit, 22. Look at that, alignment. So that makes me think of something. Before I even get into what I was going to in a second ago, damn, I'm going too fast. I need to slow down. I'm going too fast. So I wanted to go into master numbers, and I'm seeing 88. So I wanted to go into master numbers, but now I'm going to go into, I'm going to go into that in a second. What was it I was about to say just a moment ago? It led into that light. Okay, go forward what I had and I'll come back. So look, the number 11 is the mastery of number 1 and 2. The number 22 is the mastery of 2 and 4. The number 33 is the mastery of 3 and 6. The number 44 is the mastery of 8 and 4. The number 55 is the mastery of 3 and 7. The number 66 is the mastery of 9 and 3. The mastery of 77 is the mastery of 1 and 8. The mastery of 88 is the mastery of 5 and 3. The mastery of 99 is 6 and 3. And also, because 99 is the last number, 99 itself can be the mastery of all the numbers combined. Because if you do math in a certain way, you can literally add up. You can find a way to add up individually 2 numbers that's all from 1 through 9 that can equal you up to 9. That's a smooth ass gym. That's a smooth ass gym. So what this was going to lead me into was basically that never be afraid of not even never be afraid. Let's redirect that. The things that you were afraid of as a child, bring that to the surface. So for instance, for me, I used to be heavily scared of spiders, and I used to be heavily afraid of not snakes, something else. Fire. I used to be heavily scared of snakes, no, of spiders and fire. Now, I remember this one time, I even joked with this with my family a few times. When I used to feel flame or heat or see a flame, it used to frighten me almost, to the point where like I wanted to get away from it, or feel an immense amount of heat. It used to frighten me. And that may be like a trauma from a past life. Maybe I was burned alive or some shit. Maybe I was one of the people in the 1960s that was burned alive when I was on a tree that was hanging. That may be a thing. However, to overcome these fears, as far as like an elemental fear, like people who are afraid of water, who are afraid to go into, who are afraid of swimming, who are afraid of the ocean, these are because you have an experience, or you had an experience in a past life that caused you to transcend because of that certain element. And because we transcended because of that certain element, we have to see this element from a different perspective instead of seeing it through fear. Because as the world is changing, as we are changing with the world, we have to embrace all the things that the world comes with. So that is earth, air, fire, spirit, ether. Spirit and ether is kind of the same thing. Earth, air, water, spirit, ether, fire, industrial, which is like the car I'm in is an industrial concept, because of nature is its own energy. We see bits and pieces of nature through trees. Thank God that trees are still here. You know what I'm saying? Because they already chopped down so many trees for so many things that they have built. The Walmarts, the Targets, the Krogers, the Publix, all of these different things, they have like chopped trees down to have the space for what they want to build to make a profit out of what nature is and what the earth is. But you cannot stop the power, the energy of what nature is going to do, aka tornadoes, aka earthquakes, aka tsunamis. Nature is going to do what it's going to do to alchemize the industrial world to balance both. And to even think about it deeper, we have to have this industrial world is what's given nature the ability to embrace what it is. And when I say nature, I mean us. Humans are a part of nature. And because we're a part of nature, the industrial world allows us to appreciate nature even more. That's beautiful. I don't want to curse, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, it's the same story with the Bible. If the God and devil never tried fucking, if never did things that they did in the Garden of Eden, and I'm just going just off that story. We all know kind of the truth in certain way. We know the real ingredients to the cake. But think about it just from the Bible tense. When God and the devil came to an agreement to come and alchemize Adam and Eve, change their genetic coding in some way, shape, or form to where they are aware of the clothing that they're wearing or not wearing at all, allowed us to go through a self-discovery, a self-evolution journey. We had people that was not only in caves, we had people that was in gardens, we had people in Icelands, we had people that were always near water. We had people that was always migrating, always moving and changing, just like the seasons that move and change. And then, even a cooler thing than that, wherever these people migrated to, the environment will let them know if it is good for them to stay there or not. So that's naturally just a connection with nature off rip. When I was watching a movie yesterday, like I said, the movie Leave the World Behind, I kid you not, every time where they showed the deer kind of just coming towards the house, the first thing that came to my mind is they're trying to warn you about what's happening. And it's either you're going to accept their warning by going with them to a place that's going to lead you to survival, or you're going to have to deal with the industrial breakdown, the industrial collapse. Because there's a reason why that movie was 2 hours and something long, And all they mainly did was explain and show the problems within not only our people, but those who aren't prepared for what is to come. Like, I can say for me, I may not know how to do certain things because I'm not perfect, but what I do know how to do is connect with my ancestors who do know how to do things for survival. And when all of these artificial sounds and lights cut off, that allows my connection to get larger and my awareness to become stronger, and then I know what to do. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Your fear can block you from the gratitude of what you have within you. That gratitude can be your level of success, whatever you want it to be. Your gratitude can be the love life that you desire. Your gratitude could be the next stage of your evolution. Like this enigma when it comes to like recording anything. Is the first thing is a recording, and the second thing are the mics on. So that's the same thing. So I have a clothing brand called Elevation, and this weekend I'm going to be getting some shirts made. I have like a small photo shoot to have it presented to the collective. And I'm gonna just tap into this a little bit because I'm gonna do more of like speaking on this clothing brand, my business, and all of that. First off, my business is the beginning of me building a universal family. Anything that's a part of life, you give it meaning, plus whatever the meaning it already has. So think of the word business. Biz, B-U-S, it's like you saying buzz, or even biz, it's kind of like you saying busy. And nest, or nest, like a bird's nest, is what you are willing to allow yourself to be busy building. So if I have a bus that okay, bro, what are you doing? That was weird. Why did you do that? That was weird. Anywho, it's always I ain't even gonna go there. Anywho, a business, when you break down the words, B-U-S-I, that's like you saying busy or biz-I. You are busy allowing your eye of creativity to build the nest, which is nest, build the nest of what you're willing to give to the world. Now, everyone does their business differently. But for me, I know that everything I want to do is going to end up helping the world, people in the world in some way, shape, or form. And I want to do the best I can to minimize lots of things, because it shouldn't be like this. Like, everyone has always talked about helping the homeless and stuff like that, but has anyone ever bought out an entire apartment complex or buy out an entire hotel complex and had that place just for homeless people? That is something that I feel should be more of. Instead of just a homeless shelter, it should be a homeless building that allows people who are homeless to have their own individual spacing, so they can actually embrace their own self and get themselves together. Now that's going to come with a lot of planning, a lot of building, a lot of finances and stuff like that. But if there's a will, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. Damn, it's 9:18? Whoa! I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Usually I always get to work at like 9:25, 9:30. I'm at the I'm on my last 2 turns to get to work. This is like 5 minutes. Damn. Let's go. Now, last live, I did like sit and talk a little bit extra. I'm not gonna do that this live. As soon as I get to my park, as soon as I park this car, I'm gonna give y'all a hey, peace out. No cap. No cap. So I'm thinking, honestly, what elevation? I'm thinking probably 3 or 4 different color schemes. Yeah, this ain't gonna be fun. Y'all gonna love it, I'm telling you. Y'all gonna love it. Yesterday I listened to 2 different conversations on YouTube. I forgot what the guy's name was on his channel, but it was very, very transformative when I listened to it. The first conversation he listened to was with a shaman who grew up in an environment where it was only 600 people, and the degrees got to lowest of -96 and highest to 100. So that's a dramatic change in temperature in the place you live in with such minimal amounts of people. Like, I'm from Chicago. That place has about 1 to 3 million people there itself. And yet I probably don't even know more than 30 people on the back of my hand. She lived in a village where it was her family, and the other hundreds of people and their ancestors, and tapping into the nature around them. She was doing like bird noises and animal sounds, and I was doing it too while listening, and it like unlocked something within me, because like I said earlier, we're a part of nature. We are part of nature. So us embodying some parts of nature allows us to embody some parts of our chakra points that these nature sounds and these animal sounds unlock within us. I was listening to her whole album yesterday. I even fucking cried. Like, and it take a lot for me to cry. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of, like, before, when I was younger, it was like I was more open to my emotional self. But now, because I got such a good hold on it, well, not even hold, I have a greater awareness of my emotional self, and now I understand why I would need to cry or need to release, because tears are healing for the soul. When you release a tear, that's coming from your heart. That's even coming probably from your solar plexus, and it reaches all the way up to reach your eyes to release a sense of tension within you. That was beautiful. I'm gonna even put the link to those videos, most likely on this. If you want to see that video, I'm gonna put it in the description. I feel like you should tap into it. If you want to see those videos, I'm gonna put it in the description. Her name is Snow Raven. Snow Raven. And then the other video was a leading neuroscientist, and she talked about manifestation and talked about a lot of chemical and neurological components that men and women have, and a lot of science stuff. And it's funny because you ever notice how the greatest scientists or the most intelligent people that you see mostly are the ones that is of Indian or Middle Eastern descent? Like, those are the ones who always give out, or who does the most studying and learning. And it's crazy to me because they're the ones that's most likely connected, well, more likely connected to their third eye and crown chakras, being in those Middle Eastern areas, because those are where most of the Holy Lands were. Most of the Holy Lands was there. And it's like, they learn so much that they forget their roots. But she wasn't one of those people. She wasn't one of those who like forgot her roots and nothing like that. She was actually like, you know what I'm saying, on point with herself. And she understood the balance of both. And she did actually express that, you know what I'm saying, being, because she was an MIT professor and all of that stuff. Well, she is an MIT professor and all that. She expressed that a lot of people who do studies and learn all these things, they naturally kind of like try to debunk the things that they try to debunk people's experiences. Oh, hell yeah. Let me switch the location. Hold up. Let me switch the location. Hold up. Oh, yeah. Okay. We good. But yeah, it was like they, a lot of times, scientists try to debunk or try to rationalize someone's creative experience. And when I say creative experience, I mean like it's something that you experience through spirit and not through something that is kind of controlled or simulated. You know what I'm saying? And things that are controlled or simulated is when somebody, literally a body, that is making you go through the things you go through. Well, in this case, when people experience out-of-body experiences and things of that sort, that's just their spirit awakening, their spirit opening, their subconscious giving them the baton of exploration. That's, yeah. When you go through lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences, these are moments where your subconscious gives you the baton. These are moments when your subconscious gives you the baton of exploration. And notice I said near-death experiences, like where your conscious self gets taken out of its own physical body. Because even think about this, your subconscious is everything around you. Your subconscious is everything that's around you. That's why you are everything and everything is you. There's nothing outside of you. The problem is the human perspective feels like there's everything outside of us because we can see it or touch it. But if we use the energy, if we tap into the energy of everything that's around us, everything is energetically connected. Everything is waving or flowing through itself. If you want a representation of that, watch the movie Lucy. The movie Lucy kind of like, it makes a lot of scientists feel like cringy and shit, because the things I was explaining in that movie kind of like breaks a lot of the understanding of the universe and the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the uses of our brain. But think about this. Everything they show is for a reason. No matter how crazy it may look, no matter how off the wall it may seem, movies, TV shows, and anything animated tells a part of the truth. Because guess what? They're influenced by something that is part of the truth. So like I said earlier, don't be afraid to be afraid. Don't be afraid of no gods. Don't be afraid of you. Embrace you. Embrace the gods. And watch how y'all both like mesh together like a beautiful flower. You know? I love y'all. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Break through your fears. Your weaknesses is a chance for you to be strong. Transform your weakness into a strength. Love all parts of you. Peace and love.